half of this, and then I'm going to basically ad-lib the last
You're
half.
winging it.
Winging it. So, Devin and I like to travel. We hate tourist traps. I think airports are sexy. I'm not sure if she does. And we both can't fly without adult beverages.
Yeah. And pills.
And-
Sorry, that was TMI.
We're getting there.
Okay.
In December 2008, Devin and I joined my parents in Cabo, in Mexico. We spent the better part of a week exploring the Mexican countryside, lounging by a private infinity pool, and drinking all sorts of mixed, fruity drinks.
So are you inviting us?
Next year.
Next year. My parents are anything but typical. In true Wright family fashion, my 65-year-old parents decided to rent some ATVs that day.
I love this
So
story.
the last day of our vacation, my parents doubled up and Devin and I both had our own ATVs. We took off, went up and down the beach. We were watching whales migrating in the Pacific. I have a video of Devin.
We saw a guy pee! We saw a guy pee!
We didn't
Not
see
as the most exciting thing to Devin about riding in an ATV.
We didn't know we saw him. It was so weird.
We had a really magical afternoon. And my parents had a near fatal ATV accident that day. My father and mother went full speed into a tree on the way back. And I don't really remember a lot of it. It was very traumatic for me. But Devin saved the day. I don't have a driver's license, and we had to drive my parents that were in the back seat of our rental car to an American hospital 40 minutes away. And my mother thought she was in the 1960s. My father was just covered with blood because it would have taken 40 minutes to get an ambulance there and then 40 minutes back into the city. And Devin really... I couldn't have done that without her. Me dealing with the fact that my parents are mortal, and this Mexican hospital that wouldn't see my parents without us going back to the hotel to get their passports, and then we get their passports back to the hotel, and then they wouldn't touch them until they had a $5,000 deposit on each of them. So we had to go back to the hotel again and get their credit cards from the safe, and then back again, and trying to tell the doctors that my mother has a horrific opiate allergy, and if you try to give her pain meds, she'd die. And I've known Devin since 2004, and I claim her as my best friend, and I know that a lot of you claim her as your best friend too. She really was like my mother, my advisor, my driver, and we stuck through it, and it was definitely that turning point where you realize you're an adult for me, and I had Devin with me to help guide me, like really pack up a family vacation without my family. Devin was there, and Devin is my family, and
We did it together.
we did, and got my parents to the airport the next day because we flew out the next morning and we didn't know if my parents were going to be able to fly. And so Devin and I finally get my parents to the airport. They're both in wheelchairs, neck braces. You know, like my mother still has blood on her neck brace. And we're just like, we need to get out of the country because we were hoping just to get them to Houston so then they could be in an American hospital. And though, I mean, I'm not talking negatively of the hospital that went to. They were actually great.
We'll probably never be there. So
So we get my parents to the airport, and this is where the pills come in. So we take what was legal in Mexico. Once we get my parents there and we have a cocktail, we continue to have cocktails. Get on the flight, get into Houston. We lost my parents. My parents were taken by...
You couldn't have just left this on a high note.
We lost my parents in Houston because the American Airlines representatives took them on some weird side elevators. We went out to smoke a cigarette,
I don't smoke anymore.
and like we needed a vacation from our vacation. And we get back to Boston, and we had had several cocktails and probably
Trevor.
one or too many more. And Eric picked you up.
Yep.
And I mean, that I guess really embodies how wonderful and amazing you are, and how important you are to me. And I know that a lot of people in this room share the same sentiments. And
The early part, not the latter. Hopefully.
I wrote the first part of my story. Hopefully, we'll continue to write the rest.
Aww.